The thing that I love the most about really the Thousand Year Blood War arc being animated again, or not again, but like being animated like in anime form, it makes me like several times it has made me rethink and understand it like, oh, wait a minute, that's what that actually was. When I read it weekly all those years ago when it was coming out, it truly it is one of my favorite things to like relive some of these moments, but also because of the additional things that Kubo has been putting in Thousand Year Blood War arc, like makes so many things so understandable and really in the forefront of like me reliving these things, and then these moments and stuff like Ukitake sacrificing himself in this episode, when back in the day I genuinely thought that like it was truly in vain with what he did, like when I read it, and for some reason I thought that. And I don't know why that I did, but then now when I'm rewatching it, like in my head, I'm like, "Oh, it really wasn't in vain at all," because I won't spoil anything because I probably the next couple episodes you're going to see what happens and stuff, but I will just say Ukitake doing this with Mimihagi, which the CGI again and everything with Mimihagi and like Ukitake's like parents and everything like worshiping like Mimihagi, please save our son, like take his lungs and stuff so like he can like live and whatnot, and then that ethereal plane of existence where Ukitake is looking at like the which is the right arm of the Soul King, and the right arm starts crying, and then it gives Ukitake the tear, and he drinks it, and then like he ends up like being engulfed in the right arm in Mimihagi, and then like it showcasing that like his life is now the right arm of the Soul King's life, like it's his life belongs to that being now, and then seeing him wake up and stuff, and like just the all of that was just, and the music, oh, with the choir in the background, it's like like just this the music goes so perfectly with what's going on, and then seeing the back story, the flashbacks that we did not see any of in the manga was so beautiful. After that, seeing how much of a beautiful soul Ukitake is from when he was a kid to when he wanted to go into or become a Soul Reaper, to him being in the academy and like him befriending Shunsui and then becoming like best friends and whatnot. And Shunsui talking about like, usually when people come to me, they come to me wanting to meet girls and stuff like that. But you wanted my what is it, manju sweets or whatever, and like that your best friends when like it's like out of left field of something that like how interested you are with somebody, and you guys became best friends and stuff like that. It's just an unexpected thing, and it was beautiful to actually watch that. And then it goes to the present day, and then you see Shunsui, and then it goes back to the flashback and everything, and then it goes to like the flashback where Ukitake comes, like first of all it happens with Mimihagi and all that stuff, and then it goes to him being a young kid or a young adult and everything, and then it goes to like him wanting to be a part of the Soul Reaper Academy and whatnot, and then just seeing that little moment of a younger Yamamoto and Unohana standing next to each other talking about them and whatnot, like Unohana saying they got great form and everything, and like Yamamoto saying they still have a lot of practice to do and stuff. They still got a long way to go, and like just seeing that was just put a smile on my face. And seeing them in the academy, like walking around with each other and stuff, and just seeing Ukitake with a bunch of like these kids that call him Big Brother and stuff like that, or like his you could call siblings maybe or something like that, and just to see all these moments like really emphasizes the fact of just the emotional sacrifice that Ukitake had to do, and him knowing in his mind and in his heart that this was the type of moment that he has been alive for. Like, this is the moment to sacrifice his very being to give to Mimihagi, and then Mimihagi takes over him, and then he gets to the Soul King, like the right arm get latches onto the Soul King and stabilizes the worlds and stuff like that. It was so emotional to see. And then we got, like, the flashback jumps like pretty evenly and pretty nicely to like his, when he is supposedly died, and then Mimihagi like saved his life and everything, and then him being a little kid, being a kid and whatnot, or a young teenager, and then him being in the academy, and then him being a captain, and then it shows like, the flashback of what happened right after Kyan passed away or he died and whatnot, and like seeing him and Shunsui standing there, very like emotional moment and whatnot. But then like also it jumps to like them with Unohana standing with Yamamoto's broken Zanpakuto right there, and it's like they're the last three that really truly knew Yamamoto, that they were still alive, that were still alive and everything. And then that moment of like Ukitake using what is it called, kamikake, which is the ritual that like releases like the right arm of the Soul King, and takes like Ukitake uses for it to take over his body and whatnot. So he essentially in that moment he became the right arm of the Soul King itself, and like seeing that. But then like just the moment of Unohana and Ukitake just looking at each other, like that night before Unohana leaves to deal with Zaraki, sacrificing herself for Zaraki to be the next, like the true Kenpachi. And then Ukitake saying that like I'll see you soon, I'll be right there, like I'll see you, like bro, like just hearing that, it's like Ukitake knew what he had to do, and we all knew it. And it's the reason why he always was fragile and so sick the entirety of the series and whatnot. And just seeing that stuff was so emotional and so impactful, more so in the anime, because we didn't get to see any of that flashback, any of the flashbacks like whatsoever, which is wild, due to like time constraints and Kubo being very ill during that time. He couldn't put that, but then he puts it in this episode, and it was just emotional. And just seeing like Rukia like freaking out, being like Ukitake, and then Ukitake saying "as you are" to her, being like "stay right there," like bro, like I don't know why I love that line of just saying "as you are," like saying "as you are, soldier," like stay right there as you are. Like I don't know, I love that. Also, I got a cone shirt on right now. Fantastic. But anyways, that was like the biggest part that I just loved about the episode, was just that. But then also like when I see this for the second time, like animated, not being like not reading it, but seeing it animated, it makes me think again of what the sacrifice of Ukitake did in this moment. That when I was younger, it was about 10 years ago or 12 years ago or something. I think it was like 11 years ago or something like that, that I thought when I was younger that it was like really, it was such a move that was in vain, but it actually isn't. The more that I think about it, it basically uh forced Yuok's hand into doing something that he did not want to do, because he can't see, apparently he pretty much cannot see really the Soul King's like parts that were scattered amongst like the three realms. And like it apparently cannot see them, because in this moment when Mimihagi grabs the Soul King, he's like, what's going on? Well, I didn't even see you. Who are you? Like, what are you and stuff? And then Yoruichi sees this, and then Yoruichi and Ganju and Chad go in, and it was really cool to see that because I don't think Chad did anything in the manga where he went in to attack Yuak. I don't think, but even that whole sequence, I don't think like was in the manga. Like Yoruichi like going at him to fight him, and then Chad going at him to fight him, and then Ganju using his smoke screen type of thing, and then you got Orihime trying to heal the Soul King, and it doesn't work and stuff. And I feel like it would have if what Yuak said, like you think a mere human can heal what has already been done and whatnot. To see that, I feel like if she actually did train a lot more, she could have saved the Soul King and stuff. She did train a lot, as you're gonna see in part 4. When she goes ham and fights and shit, or not fight, but more so defends and everything. Bro, it's absolutely nuts. But I'm digressing. This episode was fantastic, and then seeing the goat Chair Sama Aizen coming in, and just like seeing Shunsui just unlocking one seal, just released Aizen, and Aizen was just walking like that just seeing their dialogue going back and forth and stuff like that, and Aizen saying, "What if I don't want to leave here?" and stuff, and then Shunsui's like, "Don't you want to like breathe the Soul Society's air like outside again? Don't you want to see the outside and whatnot?" And this one idiot who like that's part of Central 46, so I don't know if he's part of Central 46. Probably maybe the Sealing Corps like decides to try to restrain Aizen, and it didn't work because of all the seals that were given to Aizen, like were meant to not like take away his spiritual pressure, I believe, but to kind of like really to keep it around him, to only keep it around him, and him just doing that like split the dude's like arms and shit, and like that was just wild seeing that stuff, and then seeing Aizen having a little bit of a witty banter with Shunsui, like bro, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like he, Aizen's gonna be coming in clutch a couple of times, and it's pretty great and stuff. But seeing that, and then like seeing that like the key to the Muken prison is inside Ukitake, like in his heart. So if he dies, it's permanently like locked forever for all eternity. So Aizen would never be able to get out. Like Central 46, they are pretty smart, and Aizen seemed to be kind of annoyed by that. Like if because they had a contingency plan. If he tries to kill Shunsui, then the whole place is locked down. And then you see the chair, and then you see Chair Sama. He gonna sit down on it, bro. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But man, so many things again which I think next episode I believe is going to be Uryu versus Ichigo because of the poem at the end of the episode indicates Ichigo's voice actor and Uryu's voice actor were saying the exact same poem, so it gives an indication of like they're going to be fighting next episode and stuff. And next episode's going to be crazy. It's going to go off but like I'm just excited and hyped for it. Ukitake, rest in power, bro. You did what you had to do. It was successful for the time being, but the time is ticking. Everything is on the clock. Everything, like, they got to get shit done now. Now is the time. And it was also wild that not Kyoraku, but Urahara didn't even know about like the Kamikake like ritual and stuff, and like he knew about Mimihagi and everything, but didn't know exactly about that stuff. And then also like Ukitake sharing or confiding in in Shunsui about like Mimihagi and showing him that, and then like showing him or telling him that like he should have died when he was a kid, like to him, like somebody is your best friend when you can confide in them in a secret that is like very close to you, very close to your heart, that you wouldn't even tell another soul but that person. That's his best friend. And seeing that, like, and then Shunsui kind of like having a little bit of an inkling of who Mimihagi is, and the right arm and stuff like that, and the right arm representing stillness, and then the left arm presenting progression, I believe, representing progression or something like that. Which also, him saying that also indicates a certain fight that happens in the later half, I believe, of this season of part 3, which is going to be fire. Let me tell you, it's with Mayuri and a certain character and stuff, and the left hand of the Soul King. It's somewhere, and you're gonna be able to see it. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. I loved everything. Like the setup with that was just fire because it happened in a flashback of like Shunsui talking about it, like the right hand being of stillness, which is literally what Mimihagi is. Like it stifled, his like Ukitake's illness and whatnot, his lungs and his all of his organs in his body stifled them and created stillness with him so he can live, but he still has the illness that that killed him when he was a kid or when he was a baby, but he survived and everything because of Miyagi. Like that, and and then progression of like the neck, the other, like the left hand of the Soul King stuff. You understand what that progression is later on. It's absolutely crazy, and it's a good time. And I'm very hyped and excited for more to come. And I'm very excited to see more characters again. And next episode is gonna be wild. It's definitely going to be an Uryu versus Ichigo, and Ichigo is 100% gonna knock some sense into Uryu and tell him to like, yo, what is wrong with you? Like for me, I thought like I would say that like, yo, I thought you were actually the smart one in the group. Why are you acting like such a dumbass now? Like just a follower now and shit. Like I would be talking that talk. Like if I was Ichigo, I would be talking that talk to Uryu, like that same stuff. But I'm very excited. But yeah, like the episode was good, man. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I was very emotional watching it. Probably gonna watch it again. There was a lot of good stuff happening in the episode. Again, a lot more anime only in canon stuff that happened in the anime that Kubo could not put like in the manga and stuff due to certain things out of his control and stuff like that. Like the entirety of the flashback of like all the flashbacks and seeing like Mimihagi and everything, that ethereal plane, beautiful and stuff. But then also like having Unohana and Yamamoto frequently in those flashbacks, and then like seeing the little training bout or training fight with Ukitake and Shunsui, like them clashing with dual blades and stuff like that. And it was really cool. And then Shunsui not letting up just because of like Ukitake was like coughing up like blood or whatever. Like seeing that was just it's just fantastic. Like Shunsui wanted to respect him enough to like just keep fighting no matter what and everything. And like it was, man, that was, bro, it was good. I gotta rewatch the flashback, man. It was so good. But anyways, what did you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about the episode, your thoughts about what I said and whatnot. And like, does it get like watching, if you have read it in the past, like weekly all those years ago, and watching it animated again, like what realizations did you have watching the anime that you didn't actually think about when you were reading it in the manga all those years ago? Like for me, the sacrifice of Ukitake was one of them and everything, like that type of stuff. But yeah, leave down in the comments your thoughts about everything, thoughts about what I said, the episode, whatnot. Like the video if you like anything I had to say, or the episode and everything, how much you're loving part 3 so far. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy. But most important, everybody, gotta stay a little nasty. So peace and out, peace and love, and I'll see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. Latom, Bankai, Ukitake, your sacrifice will not be in vain, will not be forgotten. Ukitake, my boy. And your sacrifice will lead us to a surefire victory. Rest in power, my boy. Peace out.